All right, we're back in our Google Docs. Here is our Google Home list of documents. Again, remember you have collections over here. We're going to create a presentation, and presentation is similar to Microsoft's PowerPoint. It's a little simpler, but the advantage of Google Presentation is that you can share and collaborate with others in your Google Apps account, and also it's easier to publish it and make it accessible to others on the web. So I'm going to start with, again, you choose a theme, and again, try and keep a theme consistent to the type of presentation you're making. So I'm going to create a theme for now. And again, I'm creating a presentation sort of as a collection of one of my projects that I did, which I can add to my portfolio. So you need to be thinking about why you would need a presentation, how would you use it, and what is the content you want to put in it. So even before starting to create a presentation, you might collect, again, have images in your an album in your Picasa web album of students' work or your work with images. You might have some documents that you could take the text of for highlighting, that sort of thing. So again, thinking of a topic and collecting those artifacts. So mine's, again, I'm going to showcase a project that I did on game design with students. And so that font's awfully big, so I'm going to resize it to something more manageable. Maybe even 48 is good. And again, I'm going here to center it. And again, Google Presentation is similar to the Google Docs. When I highlight the text, though, I get a smaller selection of font types. Students learn, again, a subtitle to give indicator of what this is about. Now again, just like Google Docs, you want to give it a title. Here, again, you can star it, where later, if you star things, as you recall, when you're in your Google Docs and you have lots of things, it's easier to find things you're working on. So here it's easier to find it now because it's starred. So that's a little tip. And when I'm done with it, I can just working on it anymore, and I don't need to find it as easily. I can unstar it. So I'm going to leave it starred. And also, here's a new feature that recently came up, is folders within the document. So I can assign a folder from working in the document. So I'm going to assign that folder to a folder or a collection. So here we go. So I only have one slide. You have several options to make slides, so I can click on this little drop down and make a title in 2 columns, or I could make a title and the body for the third one. So again, you have some options for layout, student projects, give some examples, but here it's still Arial to Bodoni, and center it. And here, the third slide, I would have real gaming, another example that's relevant to the project that we worked on. So here I have 3 slides, and another slide I might make just a link to resources and center it. There we go. So I'm going back to the home page. So the first page, images are important. You can click on this little image icon, or I can insert image, and just like in Docs, I can upload from my computer, or I could go to my albums. Now I've already uploaded an album for this project to my Picasa web album. So I can easily come in here and find the images relating to this project. So I want to get something that's that one in, insert, and I'll bring that slide in. Again, the images are important. They relate to your project. They could be images that you scanned. They could be images that you took with your camera. There's many ways to get the images that you need into your project. So I've got pictures, again, resizing them to make it a little more design features. And again, you can spend forever playing around with images. So there's my home page. The second one, again, I might want to bring in some text. I'm going to make the font a little smaller to talk about the student projects. Now again, I don't have to rewrite that now. Now I've written an article already about this project, and I'm just going to copy a piece from what I've written already, so you don't have to redo everything. So I'm going to hit Control C and copy it, and I'll go back to my page and hit Control V. Sometimes a little formatting problems occur. You might have to just adjust it a little bit. But again, keep things simple so people can, again, visually don't have too many variations of font style or color. It causes confusion in people looking at slides. So here I have the text. I'm going to again bring in an image that talks about the student project. So I'm going to insert an image, picture, and slide it over and bring that over. And again, now this, as you see, this is 2 boxes, and I don't need this box, so I'm going to hit delete. And in the third slide, again, you could bring in text or images. I'm just going to bring in an image about we played some real games, not only computer games, but the elements of games apply to real games as well. So we invented some real games to play. So I brought the picture in, and I could either type the text and again, but then that goes behind the text font, the image, so I can slide this. Again, that's a text box. So you'll get used to playing around with text boxes, and you can move things around your slide, and you can group things. I wanted another picture down here. So again, I've got my slides. Again, I would probably add links to resources on this one. Now, another feature of the presentation, similar to PowerPoint, is that you can insert transitions. So here I would go to, again, click on the slide, and you go to slide transitions. Now you could have a transition for all slides, so I'm going to flip them and I'm going to apply it to all slides. And so you can see that. I'll hit play and you'll see what that looks like. And that's how each slide will transition. So I'm going to hit stop. And another feature you might want is if you click on an object like this one and you right click, you can animate that object itself. So I could have that object fly in and play. Let's see what it looks like. So it's flipped and the picture's not there, but when I click on it, it appears. So it's simple animations and transitions. Here's our 4-page presentation. I can close that now, and again, you can test it out as it would look as a full screen presentation, and there we are. Who have the link, because it will be on my portfolio. I'm trying to think another thing that, again, if I didn't like that the theme, again, I could click on the theme and see what another theme might look like. I'm going to change the theme, and there we go. So it's changed the theme for the whole thing. And let me try it again. So if I go back to themes, modern, I change it back to the original theme. Here we go again. So view, you could view it. Okay, another feature I like is insert is word art. Word art, and here I might say this is a program that I use. I hit enter, and here you could twirl it, and if I make sure that's clicked, I can change the font again, and you can here we would change the fill color, and maybe here's the outline color, so I might outline it in red. So again, and you could squish it in a little bit down here. So that's kind of a fun way to bring in some graphics. Yeah, I have a video I've uploaded. It's about gaming. It's just an example. And again, I'm going to get I click on share and I copy this address right here, and I will go back to insert video, and here I'm going to paste I could either search for it here because it's public if I knew the name of it, or because you can double check to make sure it's the right video, and I'm going to select the size. You can adjust the size of the window, the video window, but this will play right in the presentation, which is kind of handy.